camera, well, it's going to be a little bit worse. My main camera guide wasn't charging for some reason. How do I get this link? All right, go and send this link to Wilson's owner. Ba, 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 ba. Message. Okay. Okay, welcome to the live stream. Today we have Wilson. He is a pretty sweet boy for most things. He really doesn't give me much fuss except for his nails. He hates his nails being done. Other than that, he is actually a pretty dang good dog. But he grumbles, complains, and he'll lift his lips and threaten to nip me on his nails. And we'll see. I'm going to give him a chance. He's been chewing on the leash recently, and I've been muzzling him his last few appointments, but let's give him a chance today, see if he maybe won't do it, and if he doesn't, then we don't have to muzzle him. But he's going to cry, he's going to complain, so if that hurts your soul to watch a dog cry and complain, you might not want to watch this. Come here, buddy. Let's do your nails. I know. It's okay. Hey. No, don't chew the leash. Wilson. Okay. We're gonna have to put the muzzle on it. Sorry, buddy. Can't chew on the leash. I know. I'm sorry. No, come here. I know. Relax. Calm down. Oh my. Yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah. Cooper, I don't need your help, buddy. Come here, Cooper. Cooper, come here. Come here, kennel. Let me kennel. Come on. Good boy. Cooper was trying to check in on Wilson. Jumping on my leg. Making it a little bit more difficult. Okay, Wilson. You be good. I know it sucks. You're okay. Calm down. Calm down. It's okay. It's okay. I know. Good boy. Good boy. I got you. I know. Sorry. This is the worst torture for Wilson. I know. I'm sorry, buddy. None of that. Stand up. You're okay. No. Come. Saddle. Tough stuff. It's okay. I got it. I got you. Oh my, wow boy. Wild little wiggle monkey. Yeah. Wiggle monkey. Come here. Just got one more foot. Almost there. Almost there. If I do it from down here. Does that do better? Alright, let's try this again. The only way I can hold your butt and your leg at the same time. Buddy, stop. Stop. Calm down. Calm down. Okay, now we're all done. And I'm just desensitizing him. I don't want to finish cutting his nails in a panicky moment. I want him to be calm with me touching his nails, so that what he learns, or what the lesson that I give him is, when he's calm, that's when I stop. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Alright. Alright. Good. Good. Yes. All done. All done. Yes. Oh. Poor boy. Poor Wilson. Okay, we're all done with his nails. That is the hardest part of what we'll do today. He might lift his lips every now and again just to tell me he doesn't like something, but he won't struggle like that again. Okay, now we're going to do some 10 work. I'm going to shave the bridge of his nose first. We call this the diamond. I'm shaving out the corner of his eyes and the little diamond shape between his eyes on top of his nose. And then I'm going to shave down the rest of his nose so that the whole top of his nose is shaved. Okay, that looks good. Now we're going to shave the inside of his ears. I want the inside of his ears shaved so that when I pluck the hairs that are inside of his ear canal, I don't accidentally pluck the hairs that are growing on the outside of the ear canal, but on the inside of the ear. We only want to pluck the hairs inside the ear canal itself, and this helps me avoid the ones that are not growing from in there but are around the edge of the ear canal. Okay, that's all done. Now we can pluck. Wilson does not have too much hair in here. There is a bit. Hang on, buddy. Left ear's all done. Okay. Ear plucking can be a little bit uncomfortable for the dogs, and you saw that Wilson kind of reacted one time. He pulled his head away and he looked right at me. And that was I think that was a tiny moment of discomfort for him. He was just saying like, hey, can you stop? And it's so funny the difference between the way he tells me to stop on his nails versus things like this, that he hasn't built up this this mental resistance to. It doesn't hurt him to get his nails done, but it's like traumatizing for him. He has this issue with his feet and his nails being touched, and so it's just a big deal, even though it's not painful. I mean, cutting his nails is definitely no more painful than plucking out his ears. There's a little bit of pressure when the nails are actually getting cut, but it's not significant. He just doesn't like it. Okay, we're done plucking and cleaning the ears, or let's see, we're done shaving and plucking the ears. I will now shave his pads. Sometimes Wilson's a tiny bit reactive to getting his pads shaved. It's never as bad as his nails. Good boy. I know. No. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Wilson, stop. 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 You're okay. I know. No, you're okay. I know. My foot's all good. Let me see this one now. Good. No, calm down, buddy. Okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, last foot. No, calm down. No. Okay. You're okay, buddy. Alright. Stop. No. Don't show me. No. Calm down. Wait, no, stop. Almost done. Oh. Okay, now that the pads of his feet are all shaved, I'm going to shave his sani, which is a little potty path around his belly so that he doesn't pee on himself. Good boy. Okay, that looks good. And now we'll shave his bump, just in case he has some crusties stuck on there. We don't want to have to bathe those off if we can avoid it. Like, okay, buddy. Alright. Check his tail for any big mats. Don't feel any. Check his ears. I don't feel any. So now we have done his nails. We've shaved his nose, ears, plucked out his ears, shaved his pads, shaved his belly, shaved his bum. That's everything that I need to do before his bath. So let's go ahead and back and give him a bath. Give me just a minute and I will get the other camera on. And we'll jump back there with Wilson in the bathtub. Alrighty, now we are in the bathtub with Wilson. We're going to give him a bath, wash his face, rinse all the soap off, and then we'll head over there to dry him off. First thing I'm going to do is warm up the water, that way we don't spray him with cold water. Warm. I forgot to turn the AC on today. I'm going to turn that on real quick. It's getting a little warm in here. Okay, so I have this high pressure bathing system that pre-mixes the soap for me. I'll go ahead and turn it on to the bathe setting. I'm going to express his anal glands. This is an external anal gland expression. And then I will use the bathing system to wash his body, legs, and tail. And I'll turn it off, turn the water to a very low pressure. I'll wet his face and then wash it by hand with this soap right here. Let's get going. Anal glands first. Good boy. Good boy. Just a little bit of fluid came out. They expressed normally. Okay, his body's all bathed. Go ahead and turn off the bathing system. I'm going to clear the soap out of the line. Turn the water pressure nice and low. And as I'm getting his head wet, I'm going to try to avoid getting water in his ears. I'm pinning his ears down. It's okay if water gets in his eyes. At low pressure, I'm going to try to avoid water getting in his nose as well. Okay, now that his face is wet, we'll go ahead and apply the soap. Start lathering it in. If it doesn't lather, it's not clean, so I'll add more soap. I'm trying to avoid soap getting in his eyes, but just in case it does, I will make sure to rinse out his eyes with that low water pressure and not leave it up to chance if any soap gets left in there. I also don't want him to lick up this soap, so I'm trying to hold his mouth closed right now. He's trying to lick his lips, and as I'm washing his lips, I don't want him to lick the soap up if I can avoid it. So try to hold his mouth closed as best I can. He might be able to get a few licks in, but I'm going to try to prevent it. Hang on. And now I'm going to rinse his lips first. And now I'm going to rinse his eyes. And I'll pin his ears down and rinse the top of his head. Hang on. He wants to lick the water. Hang on, buddy. I know. I know. Wait. 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 Okay, his face is all rinsed off. Now I'm going to rinse off his body. Okay, his body is all rinsed off now. Final step of the bath, I'm going to squeeze out all the excess water. And as I'm doing it, I'm checking for soap. If I feel any sudsy or slippery spots, I'll go ahead and check my hand for any bubbles. I don't see any, but if I did, I would rinse that spot off again that I felt them on. Okay, now I'm going to grab a towel. Use the towel to get off as much of this water as I can. But the towel can only get off so much water, and then the blow dryer will have to do the rest. Good shake. I love it when the dogs help me get the water off of them by shaking their head real good. Yeah, good boy. Okay, let's head over to the dryer. Drying table. Right. Right. So, Blow dryers are extremely loud, and if you subject your hearing to the sound of a blow dryer for extended periods of time, you can damage your hearing. So I put in these little earbuds for myself to give myself some hearing protection, and I use cotton balls for the dog's ears to give them hearing protection. And if I ever forget my earbuds, I use cotton balls myself. Okay, I'm going to dry his body, his legs, his tail on high, and then I will turn the dryer down because I don't want high velocity air to be getting in his ears, eyes, nose, or mouth. And even on low, this is still high velocity, so if he's holding still, I'll have it right against his skin, but if he's wiggling and I'm afraid it might come over his eye, I'll have it further away. I just spotted a little black spot on his head. And I need to make sure it was not a bug of some sort. Now I can't find it. And in fact, it is a tick. Okay. All right, so I'm going to, it is embedded into his skin, so it's not going to go anywhere. I'm going to do a more thorough inspection of the rest of his body right now. That's just a flake. And this is just a little skin tag, so that's nothing to worry about. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so we did find a tick on his head, just one, and I inspected his body. I didn't find any others, so I'm gonna go up front, grab my hemostats, try to get this one out, and yeah. So give me just a second, get back up front. Oh, yeah. Come here, buddy. Come here. So, Wilson's owners have mentioned to me in the past that they have found, I think, 2 ticks on 2 different occasions, and they removed them. And he doesn't have an infestation by any means. There's literally only 1 tick. So my guess is that he is running around in an area where the ticks are living, and every once in a while, one gets on him. I think his owners are finding them. They're doing a really good job, and luckily I found this one today. So let's see if I can first get a good picture of it. Anyone watching the YouTube video after, I might make a little edit, but I don't have both cameras going, so we'll see. You might never see this. Sorry, if you're watching on YouTube. Sucks to suck, you know what I mean? Okay, so let's find it again. There it is. Stay with me. You can see its little legs, its reddish body. Let's see if I can get the video. It's not moving its legs right now, but it was when I first found it. So removing these can be a little bit of a problem because the head can break off inside of the dog's skin, and that can cause an infection. So I'm going to try to make sure that as I come down, I'm going to grab as close as I can to the dog's skin, and I gently pulled and it came right off. So the tick is absolutely still alive. Let's see if I can put it on a paper towel and get another good video. This is what a tick looks like. I think this one's full grown, but it's not like engorged. Let's see. Just for reference. Oh. So for reference, this is my thumb next to it. That's how big it is. Okay, and now we're gonna kill it. I'm just gonna squish it with these humos. Ticks do sometimes carry disease, so I'm going to let the owners know that the tick was on here and to watch that little... I didn't even see a spot on his head where the tick was chomping, so I don't think there's going to be too much to worry about, but I'll tell them to watch that. I'm going to sound test this real quick. I've seen in the past when ticks come off, they'll sometimes take a chunk of flesh with them, and that's definitely the better way to do it versus the head breaking off and then it stays lodged in the skin, stays clamped on, and then that causes infections a lot of times. So, okay, we are ready to finish Wilson now. We have, so far before this point, we have cut his nails, shaved his pads, shaved his sani. I have shaved out the inside of his ears, plucked the inside of his ears, and we have shaved the bridge of his nose, given him a bath, expressed his anal glands, and gotten him dry. Now, to finish up this bath and brush package, I am going to brush out his entire body, ears and tail, and then I will trim up his feet, his legs, ears, tail, and his face. We'll do a teddy bear face, but we're not going to take much length off. We're really just going to be cleaning it up so that it looks nice and fresh. So I'm going to start with brushing. I have this leave-in conditioner and detangling spray that I use for the ears and the tail. I'll probably just spray it over his whole body. It's a good product for the fur. Helps condition it, prevent it from getting dirty as quick. He had a few tiny little tangles. They're all brushed out now out of this ear. Just going to make sure that there's nothing else on the inside. It all feels good. Now we'll come to his right ear. You can hear the brush making a scratchy sound as it's going through this dog's ear. And that scratchy sound is the bristles hitting the tangles and slowly separating them. Once that sound is all gone, it means that the brush has separated all the hairs and the mats are no longer there. Okay, that's all done. Now we're going to finish with his tail. Chunks of toenails on my table, and they slightly resemble ticks. A couple of the chunks are in his tail. I had to inspect to make sure that it wasn't another tick. Okay, tail's all brushed out. I'm going to go ahead and spray his back, top of his head. I did notice something else when I was inspecting him for more ticks. On his butt, he has a little lump right here. Where'd it go? Yeah, he's got a little lump right here. So I'm gonna mark that. His grooming report. While I'm in here, go ahead and take a look at his teeth. He does have some tartar building up. Small amount, just on mostly his front teeth and a tiny bit on his back tooth. Update that as well. And then we'll save that. It's not letting me see. Okay. Huh. That's annoying. No, it's just okay, that's it. Okay, let's finish brushing out, spraying his legs. Okay. No, you're okay. I know, Wilson. I know. Rough and tough. I know. Ambrose, you're okay, little boy. Yeah, you're okay. I know. I know. He's grumbling because he doesn't want his front legs brushed. And he's doing a little bit of lip lifting. These are all little warning signs or little small forms of communication of him telling me, like, I don't like that. The whining, the grumbling is one of those. Pulling away is another, and then the lifting is another. Those are all very peaceful forms of protesting. But if I don't listen, and if I ignore him, or if I increase the pressure that I'm putting on him, he will probably escalate to a warning nip, a cry, or a full-on bite. So you can't ignore those signs. Things that I'm doing as he's doing it, I'm pulling my hand further away from his face. I'm trying to calm him down with my voice in a low, slow, confident tone. And I'm also pausing for moments when he increases. If he turns his head towards me, if he pulls his leg away, I'll pause on the brushing to de-escalate what I'm asking from him. And then once he stops doing it, then I can ramp back up and continue doing it. Okay, we have to do his face still. So let's spray his chin. I'm protecting his nose and his eyes when I'm spraying that. It's okay, buddy. We go ahead and pull these cotton balls out of his ears, inspect them. This one's very clean. This one has a tiny bit of wax on it, but not too much. We'll go ahead and toss it and grab a fresh one to clean his ears once we get to that point, but for now I'll just set that aside. Okay, he's fully brushed out now, and I am going to start trimming his feet. To trim his feet, I'll use my scissors, and I'll use my short bristled slicker brush. Put it this way so I don't knock it on the floor and break it. I've done that a whole bunch of times over my career. I only set things on the table that won't break when they fall, because it's just a matter of time before it gets knocked off by me or the dogs. Okay, so to trim his feet, I'm going to flip it upside down. I'm going to brush all the hairs towards the bottom of the foot, and I'm going to trim all the hairs that come past the pad of his foot. I made some early mistakes in my career that I made where I would trim too much on this section. And what I mean by that is I would pull the hairs from on top of the foot down below, or I would try to cut all of them from here, and it makes the foot way too tight. And then you got this tiny little foot with a fluffy leg, and it looks really bad. So don't make the same rookie mistakes that I made. If anyone is trying to trim their own dog's foot at home or for a career, you trim the top of the foot or around the foot from the top side. That way, I can balance it with the leg, and I can not take too much. Wait, okay. No, no, don't be naughty. Little stinker. Okay, his foot looks good, and now I'm just gonna brush his legs out in each direction to see if there's any really long hairs that need to be balanced. Right at the bottom, blend it into where I trimmed. And then I will also back brush the top of his foot to see if there's any long hairs on the top of the foot that need blended into the leg. Okay, that leg looks good. Now we'll go ahead and move on to his front left leg. And just repeat the same process. Trim the bottom. Round the top, or let's see. Trim the bottom, round the sides. And then round the top. Now I'll blend the back of the leg into the foot and check the leg for any long spots. Okay, that leg looks good as well. Move on to the back legs. See? Now I'm trimming his belly. Just evening up the long hairs, blending it into where I shaved his sani. Check the belly from the other side as well. Up, up, up. Okay, now I'm going to trim his tail. Not going to take too much off. If I was trimming his body, I would, sorry buddy. If I was cutting the hair on his body, I would take as much off of his body, or I would try to guesstimate or estimate how much I take off of his body. If it's this much, that's how much I would take off of the tail. But in this instance, I'm just going to bring him to the edge, because he doesn't want to stand. And that way I can comb all the hair down on his tail. And I can just see if there's any really long hairs that stick out. And I'll clean up the base of his tail and around his bum so that he doesn't get any dingleberries. And that is good for his tail. Just stand him up to check his bum and check the back of his legs right here. Okay, looks good. And now we can come up to his face. I'm going to start with his ears. Same thing on the ears as the tail. I would trim more of them if I was cutting the hair on his body, but because we're leaving the hair on his body, I'm going to leave most of the length on the ears, just even them up. His right ear is done. We'll go ahead and get his left ear. Wait. Now I'm just going to look at his ears, make sure they're even. And he is tilting his head to the side as I'm doing this. So it's a little difficult. Come here, Wes. Everybody. Yeah, they look pretty good. Now we are on to his face. See a little area on his belly, chest. Catch this real quick. Okay, so for his face, I'm going to start at the back of his head. I guess I should say for his head more than his face, because we're not on his face yet. I'm going to fluff up these hairs and blend them into his neck. And now I'm going to fluff them up in between his ears. Trim these. And now I'm going to come to the front of his eyes, comb all the hair in front of his eyes, and I use the diamond that I shaved at the very beginning. I use the base of that and I blend it up from there. Let's see. got these hairs in the corner of his eyes. Those have a tendency to get eye boogers and to get stained. So we'll just trim them. I need to take the diamond up just a little bit further. See some hairs that are a little too long. Okay, I'll comb all the hair forward again. And I'll just keep blending this line all the way up the head until I'm on top of his head. Okay, top of his head's almost done. I'm just blending it back and forth between my front line and my back line. And I have to be careful where this is just a bath and brush. It would be very easy to accidentally cut too much off the top of his head and make his head smaller than his body, and that is not a good look. So I'm going to leave the top where it's at for now, and then I'm going to come down to his cheek. I'm going to comb all the hairs on his cheek back to his ears, and I'm going to cut the hairs that are coming past the ear canal. I want this ear canal to stay nice and open so that light and air can get in there and keep his ears healthy. Now that the cheek looks pretty good, I'm going to blend, I need to loosen this. Sometimes the leash pulls the skin and it stretches things up, and it will pull things into his neckline that I don't want to be there, and sometimes it will trap hairs, so the hairs that should have been cut don't get cut. So I'll remove that leash, come down his chin, and I will trim all the hairs that are coming past the bottom of his chin. Not too much. Now I'll comb his cheek and his muzzle out to the side, and I'll cut these hairs. Comb the hairs in front of his lips down. A lot of these hairs get pulled into the mouth, so I'm also pulling them out of the mouth as I'm doing this. And I'm not able to get some of them. I want these hairs trimmed just to the bottom of his top lip. That way, they won't be able to get pulled into his mouth. It'll clean up the front of his face. It also helps me set the line for the front of his muzzle. these hairs are really curling back into his mouth, so I'm having to kind of go after him one at a time. Okay, there we go. Now that the front is done, I'm going to comb all the hairs on his cheek and his muzzle forward and blend them into this line. Really don't have to take too much off. It's mostly just shaping and catching any hairs that have grown out a little funny. Now I'll come to the side of the muzzle. I'll blend it in. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty good on that side. Now we'll just match it on his left side. We'll start with the cheek. Blend the top of the head into the cheek. He's doing this twitchy movement after a lot of the cuts. Hang on, buddy. Does make it a little bit harder. Can't take multiple cuts at once because I have to reset every time because he's twitching his ear hair. Stay. Okay. I'll come down the side. Blend in his chin. Okay. We are really close to finishing now, so I'm going to go ahead and send a text to his owner. Okay. Alright, his owner should be on his way now. Stay. I'm going to put this leash back on because I need to step away from Wilson for just a split second, and I need to grab the cotton balls to clean his ears. Keep my shears available. I always clean the ears last. That's not your mom. That's not your mom. But what I was saying is I always clean the ears last because I like the dogs to shake their head, and it helps me see if there's any hairs that are out of place on their face. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. That ear was super clean, almost nothing in it. This one has just a tiny bit, but I'm not able to get it out very well. It's kind of stuck in the crevices of his ears. So I'm gonna grab a Q-tip. I think one's probably all I need. His ears are pretty dang clean. And I will just scoop out the folds of his ear. Okay, all done. All right, you gave me a good head shake right there. So I'm gonna try to take a look at his head, stick, and see where I still need to trim up some hairs. Stay. Okay. And just like that, we are all done. I'm gonna go ahead and grab, one more spot. Cute. Good boy. I'm gonna try to get a photo real quick. For Wilson's grooming report. Wilson's a little fluffy, but Wilson. Wilson. Hey, buddy. Wilson. Can you look at me? Wilson. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Hey, Wilson. Why would you look at me, buddy? Why would you look at me? Did I get it? Alright, I got it. Sweet. Okay, we're all done. I will be starting my next dog in just a few moments. It's a beagle that's been sitting on the ground right here. His name's Cooper. So if you want to watch that, I think you have to go back to my page, my channel page, and somehow find my next live video. I need to figure out how that works so I can tell you guys how better to do it. But for now, I hope you enjoy.